Hello everyone, got a NASCAR Heat 2 video here. I kind of wanted to make some clips of some reasons why you should never give up on a race, because you just never know. I see it so often in online multiplayer where a big wreck happens on the first lap and half the people quit, or you get involved in a wreck late and they just back out and you just never know. So kind of wanted to show a few clips of some reasons why you shouldn't. As you can see right there, I'm leading on the last lap. I just got taken out by my buddy who was having a terrible race and back at the back wrecking. And at this point, I was pretty mad and upset. You know, I thought I had the thing won, and I got turned, so it kind of sucks. But I kept my R2 button hammered down, full throttle, and anyway, at this point, I'm thinking like, okay, obviously I get third locked up. You know, at least I'll get a finish. But you know, I would see so many other people in other online multiplayer games where they would quit at that point after they got wrecked, and then I catch up, and then this out of nowhere happens where the 22 gets hit and slows down, and he blocks the 8, and I come down the inside and take the win by a fraction of a second. So completely unexpected, and it probably, you know, for be it lap cars, I probably wouldn't have been in that position in the first place, but I wouldn't have won it there at the end either. But still, I ran through it, I didn't give up on it, and came up with a win. So just a prime example of, you know, something that happened to me on the last lap, and I pushed on and got the win out of it. Now this one also at Talladega. This clip's a little longer just to show you the abuse I was kind of taking the whole race. But right off the start, you see the 2 coming down into me there. Comes in, I don't know if he just really wanted on the inside or he had a beef with me. I'm not sure. But one guy that definitely had a beef with me was this first place guy. I get a run on his outside. I'm thinking, okay, everything's fine. I don't have draft, but I'm a little faster than him. And then all of a sudden, bam, he just turns right into me, and at that point I was like, what the hell, buddy? Like, I had no idea. Later found out that I had beaten this guy in a race some time ago, and apparently it was not a clean win. I don't remember it at all. But anyway, I mean, I don't consider myself to be a dirty driver, but I mean, sometimes you just get into people. So anyway, apparently he remembered that, and yeah, made a conscious effort to try to take me out. So again, at this point, I mean, I could have just quit right there. I mean, I mean, there's only 9 people in this race. It's a smaller lobby, and I get taken out to the back. And as for other race fans will know, you know, you need draft to catch up in Talladega, and if I'm going to catch up, I'm going to have to work with a guy that just deliberately took me out. So, you know, I easily could have quit right there, but I didn't, and now we're working together, somewhat. He's a little squirrely. I think there might be some lag issue there, but you know, I have no idea at this point whether it's okay to trust him, whether I can push him if I get to his outside or inside. Is he going to hit me again, which is what I'm assuming at this point. So I'm just trying to suck up draft behind him and hope for the best. And as you can see, the drivers up front are not really working together much, and we're actually making up ground. So we're going to stay in the throttle and push, catching up to a couple cars here. Looks like they get into each other there a little bit. We're going to squeal down to the inside, and then another incident where the 48 thinks he's clear and comes down and comes into me, but unfortunately doesn't take us out. It's just another example of feeling like, you know, everyone's against you. The 11 looks like he got into the wall there, and all of a sudden we're up to 6th, still making up ground. Battle right in front of us. They get into each other a couple times, looks like. They slow down. I'm like, okay, here's where we make the move. I decide not to follow the 2 here, see if I can shake them. I get way on the inside, and I get rid of both cars, and you see the 2 in my mirror completely dive down to the inside. I think he realized that I got on his inside, and he wanted to take me out. But he didn't do it. And then again, in front of me, the other 2 almost takes me out there. So just like that, you know, we're in second place when we probably shouldn't be, considering the obstacles in front of us. Gaining on the leader. He's on the inside. You know, for anyone that plays this game knows it's pretty hard to make a pass on the inside. So I get a good run, and we're going to take it to the outside, drive it straight up and out of the corner, close to that wall to keep the speed up, and we get around them. Just like that, we're in the lead. And long story short, I'm not going to make you sit through all those laps. Yeah, we come out with a win. We didn't get challenged after that. Yeah, I mean, we went from last to first in, a short amount of time, when they say the majority of other people who play this game would probably quit or start wrecking other people. Now this last example, totally different, where we don't get wrecked, but this was just a patience game. I battled this whole race with this first place guy. I was in second for most of the time, and I could just not get around him. He protected the inside really well, and I got to say, he was a really good driver too. He didn't crowd me, he didn't come up into me. He gave us lots of room to work. He was a clean racer. It was fun racing against him. If I would have finished second, I still would have posted this because of how good it was. So there you see we're working on the outside, and this went on for a good 5 laps where I'm just trying to work around the outside. He protects that bottom so well. I couldn't get a nose under him. So there was a couple instances where I thought, maybe I'll start up high and work my way down low, try to get under him. But he just kept to the bottom so well, and I'd get such a good run off the top line on the back stretch and front stretch that I wouldn't want to give it up. But I just couldn't carry the momentum out of the corner to get around him, as you can see there. I mean, yeah, at this point we're on lap 4. And look right there too, I mean, he moved way down low so I could get around with him around the lap car. I mean, that's just smart racing. I mean, that's good sportsmanship. Same thing, I do the same thing for him there because he just did it to me with the car on the inside. So fast forward here a little bit, lap 5. At this point I decided to drop behind him, see if I could get him to change his line. He was running that low lane completely all the way around the track, so I started to see if I could force him to maybe take a higher line and maybe get my nose under him. Here, see, it doesn't really work. He does the same thing. Stays in that low groove, and I just can't get the run. Now eventually he enters the corner in this one right here. He enters into corner probably a little harder than he would. I start up high, let the car drift down low, and we get finally, after almost 8 laps of working on him, we finally get under him and get the lead. So now it's my turn to play the blocking game. Now for me, I don't like running around low all the way around this track because I find it really kills your momentum. I like entering the corner fairly high most of the time and let the car just kind of drift down low and get a really good drive off. And that's kind of what was working for me. He couldn't really get back to my bumper. I mean, he was staying in my draft and pretty much there. But I mean, we're on the last lap here, and he does make a pretty good run driving it in. I decided to protect the bottom here pretty early. Normally I wouldn't drive it in that low, but anyway, he gets a run, but it's not enough. We'll pull away with another win. But anyway, just a different type of adversity. I mean, so many guys at this point, you could have been impatient and started to wreck the guy, and just never give up when you're playing this game because you just never know. It's a lot more fun for everyone that's playing with you, and you'll get a lot more respect from your drivers. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, guys, and never give up when you're racing.